All right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. Coming this evening with a short message. Time to talk. And I'm going to just talk, pretty much cover a few things that I've spoke about in time past. And I'm just going to talk. I'm not preparing no one for this message. And it's really a time where you can really stop preparing individuals because there are many individuals who are uh, subscribed and following, and they're not really dedicated. Okay, so Sister Deborah is just going to jump on here, and I'm gonna try to just see. Just to me, it's important to just my voice to be heard regarding the Most High Yah. It ain't so much as me, my life, or the way I'm living. Okay, to be heard. No one cares about Sister Deborah's living in her life, but I will share a few things with you that has happened to me. But it's more so about the individuals who are the spiritual seed that needs food for their spirit. That's what's important to me than anything. It ain't important to me to even be on YouTube, to be honest. To be honest, because really I can be on the highways and byways to tell the truth. And that is what Sister Deborah used to be. That's where she used to be. I didn't have no problem going among the homeless and under the bridge, because I'm going to tell you what I learned. I learned they are the more sharpest people that's serving Yah that's out there. Okay, while you thinking you're the one, because you on here looking at Sister Deborah all cockeyed, you think you the one. But let me tell you, you ain't the one, because there's so many of them been here and been here for quite a while, and they are not even supporters, but they constantly keep coming back, and I'm in me for the life of it. I don't understand why. What for? I really don't, because I don't think a person should follow anyone and not support them. You see, I don't care about how you supported years ago. I'm not speaking of that. I'm speaking of period. You see? But yet they keep coming. I'll do good if they just stay where they at. Seriously. Because I'm gonna still come on here and do what I got to do. And be about my father's business. Whether they on here or not. They ain't gonna make me, nor will they break me. But it just shows you the cunning. I think these people they have a cunning spirit about themselves. But let me get on here and talk about what I'm talking about here. Today is time to talk. 1 o'clock last night, I had to pick up my daughter because she came from Paris. Ugh, such a sick situation. But she wanted to stay with me and for me to give her a ride today back to her place. And it was a job, y'all. It was a job. But last not last night, this morning at 1 a.m. in the morning when I picked her up and she got here to the house and we just was just talking, and I was standing in the kitchen and she was like, "Oh, mama." And I'm like, "What?" She said, it's a heavy glow on you. It's a heavy light. It's just something about you are glowing. That's what she said. That was at 1 a.m. in the morning. So it had to been like one, a quarter to two when she said that. And she was sitting at like the bar part of my apartment, and I was in the kitchen, and she was saying that, it's you gotta, and that's not normal for her to say that. So I had to deal with her by getting everything she had here, even the dog cage and everything, and give her a ride back to her place way on the other side of the county. So I take her home and everything. She said, "But I need to go to Walmart and I need to go to here. I need to go here." I said, "Okay, I don't have anything to do. I'm gonna go in and help you with this." So we did everything she wanted. Then she said, "Let's go here at Red something." I don't know, yeah, Bearing. And I don't know what it's called, but it was a place to eat. And I said, okay. We stopped there and we got something to eat. And she continued to say, she said, Mama, but something about you. She said, you got this glow on you. And it's so beautiful. Mama, you're looking so beautiful. And in me, I'm like saying, huh, oh yeah. And I told her, like I tell a lot of strangers, it's the Ruach HaKodesh. It is the Ruach HaKodesh that you see. And she said, you are really glowing. And this is what strangers have walked up to me and said. I don't know them. They don't know me. I've heard that throughout my whole life. Total stranger, all nationalities, more so on the European side than anything, but all nationalities have approached me like that. So I'm not the type of person that's waiting to get nobody else's approval of anything. That light is shining. Now, it might not be as bright tomorrow as it is today, but every time I have gone places, even workplaces, it's not something someone say that, oh, I see it. You know, even on my workplace, when I was working at the post office, this individual said, ma'am, you got a glow about yourself. You know, you got a light on you and it's bright. I have heard that throughout my living. So a lot of things that I be saying to you all, it ain't that I need approval of you. I need to be justified, clarified on this devil platform. All I need to do is be about my Father's business and my Father's business only. And if his business is saying, I need you to continue to speak about me, and I see it to be fit that I make sure I speak on the level of who he is, who he was, who he's going to be, to speak on the level of his right hand, his stretched out arm, his power, to speak on the level of him being the word and not a book, him being the beginning and the end. That's what I'm about. I'm not going to change that over and make it about you and I. Sister Deborah ain't going to go that route. Okay? That's not my route. And what I mean when I say it's not my route, y'all did not bring me here on this earth to be about flesh business, to really be about flesh business. I was talking to my daughter today, because I had her all the way up until about 2 hours ago. And I was telling her about, she had an issue with her oldest sister. And I was telling her, y'all need to try to get along with one another. If I'm gone, those prayers that I've been praying for y'all, you better be careful. Because a lot of people don't understand the prayers of the righteous prevaileth much. They have no idea what that is, nor could they care less. A lot of people thinking they living on what they live in because they think what they have, what they got. There are so many elderly people who's gone that didn't pray for you. They can't pray. I can't pray for them to make it to the kingdom. I can tell you that right now. The kingdom already made them where they're supposed to be. You see, all I can do is continue to trust in whatever choice my Father made for mine and anybody else. Just trust that he knows what he's doing. And I ain't got no business questioning the potter. He's the potter over the clay. And if he said he made one to honor and one to dishonor, you sit down and accept that. And that's what you abide by. And that's just who I am. So I was telling her about what I'm seeing in the world today is, and that's when she was telling me about the light. I was telling her, now she told me that last night. So was I telling her that last night? No, that was this morning. That was this morning. Early this morning, when I got home with her. Like at 1:10, that time in the morning. And that's when she was telling me about the light when I was in the kitchen. But I was telling her the difference about people. People, the biggest issue with people, period, is people don't and can't and don't know how and could care less. Because pride, ego, self-centered, greed, envy, jealousy is holding them back. The problem with people today is nobody wants to own up to who they are. They want to put the blame on somebody else. That's all it's all about. Judge, what do you think judge yourself daily mean? It's telling you to judge yourself daily. It ain't saying weekly, monthly, yearly. Every day, judge yourself. Same thing Sister Deborah been teaching. If you can't forgive yourself, don't expect somebody else to forgive you. You got to first and foremost know how to forgive yourself. And what I believe, so many people got so much ugliness in them. They don't want to forgive themselves for having that much ugliness. They just ugly all around. Just ugly. Going and coming, just ugly. They just got the ugliest spirit and they think they heaven bound. For real, serious. People do not understand there is things about you that you will never be willing to own up to because it's connected to your pride, your ego, self-centered, self-motivated, me, your self-greed, to where you can't see how ugly you really are. And I was telling my daughter, the problem is you got to learn to forgive yourself. Can you forgive yourself if you don't own up to yourself? Why would you forgive yourself? Why? Because a lot of issues and a lot of choices people have made in living. And they can't even forgive themselves by saying, I was wrong. I did this in life. I did this when I was a teenager. I did this when I was a young adult, or I did this when I was a small child, and I can still remember. It's still haunting them today because they won't set themselves free, and they bring that up into their adulthood, and they die with it. They die with it, and they thinking they going to somebody's kingdom. It's a reason why we have to judge ourselves. He didn't say judge everybody else daily. He said judge thyself daily. That no man, whoo, I love it, can judge thee. That's deep. That's just showing you that there's a way within us that Yah want us to look at us. While you sitting here saying what sister's doing, oh, I got to hook up my computer. My charger. Let me hook my computer up here. She's sitting saying what sister is doing. Sister might be doing what she's supposed to do as the older sister. But are you doing what you're supposed to do as the younger sibling? Are you doing what you are supposed to do as an individual? Period. No. Everybody's pink finger is pointing at someone else because they feel that I'm not going to own my own issues. It's best for me to put it on somebody else. It's best for me to blame somebody else. But a lot of that comes from not forgiving yourself for all the issues, all the wrong choices we made. Own that thing. Forgive ourselves. But we're easy to blame somebody else. Oh, it's real easy to blame somebody else. But a lot of it has to do with because you haven't forgiven yourself, your own self, for what you have done in living. I don't care if you was 12. I don't care if you was 15, 16, 18. I don't care if you're 19, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I don't care 70, 80, 90, 100. It's the reason why judging yourself daily is a part of even spirit and truth. Because while you judging yourself, who can judge you now? Wait, no, you didn't go there. Yeah. Who can judge you after you judge yourself daily? He didn't say go judging everybody else. But this is an issue people don't have. This is an issue people fight against. This is an issue people don't face. But you know why? Because they think that they're going to get away with what they're doing. They think this is what they're going to get away with because nobody sees them. No one knows it. Oh, no, baby. I know it. Do y'all know a lot of people? There are people who have murdered. And the only reason why they murdered a second time because they got away with it the first time. So now they done murdered someone once, they have murdered someone twice. Now they done murdered someone 3 times. You know why they murder and keep on? Because no one is saying nothing. They're getting away with it. That's like any and everybody. People are getting away with what they think is truth, what they think is right, and not understanding that the reason why you keep on feeling the way you feel and feeling justified is because ain't nobody never told you how ugly you really are, nor have you told yourself. So when it's actually telling us to judge ourselves daily, it ain't for you. It's for the spiritual ones that's willing to own that thing and feel it at the same time. He ain't talking to you. Because in your own eyes, Proverbs 16, it's all clean. Ain't nothing unjust and ain't unrighteous in you. You think you all clean. It's everybody else that have issues. You have a deeper issue than you even think when you can't look at yourself and judge yourself daily. And what is actually taking place in the world today, nobody is judging themselves. Nobody is not seeing who they are because they're so busy looking to the left, to the right, up in front of them, back of them. Oh, they doing this. Or this whole YouTube is talking about everybody else except for pointing the finger at yourself. And in that, you have to be able to forgive yourself. How can we forgive someone else? Even this, how can one repent if you have not forgiven your own self for the things that you have done to yourself, so that you too can move on in this world? They won't. Pride, ego, self-centered. And as I was coming way back on the other side from the South City all the way to the North County, I had to realize that pride plays a big role. But then I also believe this I'm not saying this in the flesh, I'm saying this in the spirit. I believe pride is one of the main seals that won't get into the kingdom. Because people don't even understand the definition of pride. They don't understand how pride can be detached to you and you have no idea why. You know why? Because you ain't judged yourself daily. You ain't looked in the mirror and looked at and see you. And many things that when you see you, you have to be able to blame you. This is an issue that's taking place, but I like it though. I love it. You know why? Because this is how he have already separated the wheat from the tare. Will he separate the wheat from the tare? What would be the sense for the Most High Yah to tell these angels to brand his in the forehead? What would all that be if he's not trying to separate certain people from others? You see? Sister Deborah coming with an even powerful punch. You already separated, so stop clowning. Get into where you are and walk from there in. You already separated. You think he ain't separate the wheat from the tare? Yes, he has. The angels have already sealed those that belong to Yah in their forehead. Why are you down here clowning? Portray it. Because every action that you take reveal who you are. I know it ain't nothing to be big on, because like my daughter, this is what she told me, y'all. She said, well, Mama, you told me I shouldn't do this, but Mom, I'm going to fake it until I make it. I said, baby, you might not make it. So I would suggest that you stop faking. Oh, yes. She said, Mama. And she thought that was so funny. You know, I'm going to fake it until I make it. I said, China, let me tell you something, baby. You might as well stop faking it, because you ain't going to make it. Oh, yeah. One thing about Sister Deborah, I do not play. I don't. And if you knew what I meant by playing, I'm real, y'all. I'm real as real can be. And you know what I even realized about myself? I'm a person on this earth that anybody can really trust in. There are people that you really can't trust that you are trusting. You're trusting them with it all. You're trusting in them with it all. And some. I don't have no problem with that because I believe the wheat has already been separated on the earth. You know, at first he said, leave him alone. Leave him alone. Because the I think it was the husband or no, the servants, they said, do you want us to, the tare didn't grow in with the wheat. Do you want us to take them apart and separate them and tie them up and burn them? He said, no, don't mess with them. I'm coming. And that's what y'all don't understand. The Father's already done to do. He didn't already separate the wheat from the tare. But what we did as people, we had no respect for it. So then you pull up in Revelation, he's sending them horses down. He's sending them angels down to seal his. And I'm like, wait a minute, Father, they still don't have no respect for that. They still playing the role. And it's just like the days of Noah. People are not going to be moved by nothing you say, nothing you do. Even miracles and signs and wonders will not move the people that's living today. I couldn't come in front of you and move a whole mountain right before you, and it makes you think, okay, this is a woman of Yah. No, it wouldn't. It was nothing I can do that my Father ain't already done to win you over to himself. If he don't have you to himself, he don't want you. So believe that, whether you don't believe it. So with that being said, a lot of stuff that I'm saying is even detached to that. People are portraying. That's why I said I would not take this in daytime and clown in it. Never again, I guess they can clown. They ain't been in the wilderness with you. They ain't been taught by the Ruach HaKodesh. They don't even have the Ruach HaKodesh. So they can sit and look at you all cockeyed all day and night. They still ain't gonna get it. And that's okay. You know what makes it okay? If you ain't got my Father, you ain't gonna get me. How about that? You'll never understand a word I'm saying. It would always be something in you, on you, and before you to make you not be able to get what I'm getting. Why? The wheat already been separated from the tare. That means, hey, it's time to break this mess up. Break it up. Put the seal on mine. He know what he doing. It's just people out here don't understand. The only one is faking it. The only one is out here trying to portray it and don't understand. Somebody like me see your actions already. So it don't matter. And that's why I can say what I say in the words that what I'm saying. All this faking it, thinking you're going to make it somewhere, and you ain't going to make it nowhere. And I told my daughter the same thing. But this is what people, the mindset of people. She's feeling that she's going to make it where she need to make it. She's not going to make it where she need to make it. Because I've been praying that she don't make it where she's trying to make it. Yes. Ever since this child been born, since she was in preschool, 3 years old, people be looking at her and can't stop looking at her. She went way to Paris and got in front. And this is how dangerous it is. Somewhere it's called travel meet. So this German guy met her in Paris, and she gets with this German guy. They go out to eat. He had never had no one to celebrate his birthday, so she had them to bring him this, and it was beautiful. This candle, this tall, and this. Let me show you what she did. And let me just show you. But I'm telling her, why are you playing these dangerous games? You don't know these people. And that's why I told her, you running around here faking it till you make it, you ain't gonna make it. And if y'all ain't taking, this is what I'm gonna say to you all, because this is what I'm saying to everybody this year. This 2000 and what they call 26. You better repent and turn your whole face, your whole body to the light. You better. Because it ain't no more. It's no more way. It's no more. That's it. So let me show you this. But she gets over there, and This guy, he asked her. Let me show you what she did. He asked her, but see, come on here. She asked him a question, and it made something. I tell her something must be mental with you. I say, all your no. I'm gonna get this. This trying to get me all this other I say all everywhere you go ever since you was a baby. I ask you, do you pay attention to what the people are doing? You don't pay attention to what the people are doing to you? You don't see how people looking at you? In her mental state of mind, that's why I say it ain't there. She don't understand who she is. What do you mean who she is? To you all, you don't know, you would never know what I'm talking about. But I raised this child, and I sat there and watched it throughout her whole life. So I asked her, I'm trying to show y'all the picture so y'all can see. Oh, this is not it. I don't know where the picture is at. It's I'm trying to pull it up. But let me just tell you, I wanted to show you the picture of it so you can let me try the other side. Wait a minute. I want to just show you the picture. I just wanted to show you the picture of this German guy. He's just a few years older than she is, but it's called travel meet, where you say you're going somewhere in the world and they meet you over there. Oh, Father, help me, help me. So she gets over there, and the picture where him and her are at is beautiful in Paris. But she set it up that they come with him with this beautiful glass with this ice cream scoop, so professional, and put this big old candle this tall inside of it. And the whole scenery is beautiful, y'all. And she said, she started singing happy birthday to you. And I'm like, I know that ain't my daughter. So, and me, I'm saying, oh, that ain't my daughter. I don't know where this video come from. Did y'all know I was in full denial until I began to wonder? And she got here and she told me, no, that was me. Where do you know him from? Oh, we've been talking because both of us was going to Paris at the same time. We decide to go out. But this is what, and meet up. He was the one taking all her videos for her. Now, this is what happened. This guy told her, China, everywhere we go, you don't see how people look at you? You see what I'm saying? Something mental is wrong. Because everybody knows that. I've been telling her that, baby, how do you feel when people... I went and pick up her father from out of the hospital. Was that last week or the week before last? And both of these two European nurses, they looked at me and they looked at her father. They was helping me in the car. They said, is that your daughter? That's what they said. Oh my God, look at her. She's so beautiful. Now, y'all would think that Sister Deborah is over exaggerating. No, let me tell y'all. No, I'm not. Her brothers then took her to the mall and they were saying she draws too much attention. She don't have to be dressed in a certain. Here she is in Paris, and this German guy. She said, and he was a really nice person. He did all of my pictures. We met up a lot of times so he can take my pictures of, she do videos. And she said that he asked her, do you ever notice all these people looking at you? The day she gave him, set it up for him to get his birthday candle, because they both birthdays was a day from each other. That's another reason why they met up on travel meetup, is both of them for their birthday paid for them to go to Paris. So here he is in the place, and I said, did he like that idea that you did that? He said that ain't never happened to him. And I felt so good. So he was so happy that he didn't know I had the people to come and bring that to him at the table. And he was so happy. And if you look at this guy, he was just shocked. It was beautiful. But he said that what he kept saying to her is, China, in that restaurant, he kept telling me, he said, China, you don't see all these people looking at you? In her mental state of mind, she still can't get it. She still can't get it. The lady at the hospital say, oh my God, look at her. Now the lady, isn't she gorgeous? This is everywhere she goes. Everywhere. And you have to know what I'm talking about. Let me see something. Let me see if I can. But what I'm trying to say is this. This child don't even know, have no idea of herself. You see, she puts herself in too many situations that's very dangerous. And I feel that because no one ever tells her how dangerous it is for her to go out like that. And she said, when I can't even pull wait a minute. When she's let me just show y'all so y'all can see that I'm not lying. Okay. I ain't gonna show y'all these pictures that, hey, let me show y'all something. So y'all would really get and understand, which you ain't gonna understand because you probably tell they don't believe, first of all, they don't believe she's from two parents that's melanated. That's first and foremost. They can't sing. I'm finna pull her up so y'all can see because I want you to see. And I want you to see so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm finna pull it up so I can stop talking and you can get what I'm saying. Okay. So you can really get, I think I've shown y'all her many a times. And I can't even pull it. I can't even believe. Okay, 1 minute. Here I come. And I do feel sad for her because she put herself in so many dangerous situations. But the only reason why she put herself in that situation, she don't understand what she looks like, y'all. She really don't. And I asked her, you don't see how people pay attention to you? You don't see how people look at you? You don't see what people, you don't see the attention that you brought? Because when she went to telling me, the German guy, he was more shocked at all the people that stopping to look at her. And I said, but China, you should be more cautious of yourself. I can't even. You can't even. I can't even. I can't even. And it's probably the father not wanting me to show it. That's probably what it really is. I know for a fact that's it. Because I'm like sitting here trying to pull it up so y'all can see, and I just can't seem to pull it up for some reason or another. It's not allowing me to even pull her own things up. So I guess it's meant. Just the last one. Yep. And it hurt me because I see her in situations that she should not be in, y'all. My daughter shouldn't be in these situations, and I don't know how to and I do know how. I do know how. I do know. Let me show you one. My poor child. Well, I don't know what, but I do. I do know what I would do. I know what I would do. Live on. Oh shoot. I seen my daughter at a comedy skit, and the people were saying, we love you, please come back. And I'm like, when did you do that? Just things that you shouldn't, you know she ain't got no business doing or being in. But I'm gonna give you just one picture so you can kind of, okay, here she is. So y'all can see what I'm talking about. I think I don't know if you can see it. That's her. If she take off the makeup, you will be stunned to see what she looked like without the makeup. Oh my goodness. I ain't seen these. Oh my goodness. My poor daughter. Mm-mm-mm. Here go one, and I ain't never seen this either. They don't think she's black, but she is. You can't hardly see that one there. And see all these other pictures, it just don't make no sense. You wonder where she getting this stuff from. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm seeing pictures that I see. I got myself into something. That's probably why he didn't want me to say nothing, because I'm getting myself into something. I'm looking at stuff for my daughter, and I ain't never seen this a day in my life. Oh my God! But reason why I brought that up, y'all, the the guy that she met up with, he told her, "You don't see how they looking at you. You don't see." Oh my goodness! She's in trouble. Oh my goodness! And the thing about it is, and another thing about her, she is, I don't know how she learned it. She didn't go to school. She's a photographer, y'all. And she taught herself. But I'm trying to, let me get off of this thing. I'll be here all night. I went on a page, y'all. I didn't even know I was supposed to can get on there. And I was just going to town on. I can't believe the pictures I'm seeing. But that's what I get from trying to show up. Okay, let me stop. But the problem was that the German guy that she met up, he knew her from how they was connecting for the travel meetup. But what happened, he was saying, "Do ask my daughter." Now this is what he had to ask her. He asked her, "Do you pay attention? Do you see all these people looking at you?" She don't. She has no idea. Why? She don't care. It's nothing in her telling her. And that's why I have my prayers has been, don't let her, Father. Don't let her. Don't let her go. Don't let the world take her and use her the way they want to. It's no way she couldn't have never gotten where she acting, drama, all of that. They tell her she has it all. But the reason why my prayer is going to stick, she ain't going nowhere. And she knows she has it all, but it's like, how can I get to there? I've been trying, I've been wanting to. I said to her, I say, you going way out in Paris somewhere, and look what you got in your suitcase. Why would you go out like that? Her mental state went to Paris looking away like somebody that's homeless on the street. I didn't say nothing. I just asked her, why would you go to Paris with that type of clothing and that type of stuff like that? And I'm like, why would you do that? She said, Mama, when I got there, I realized, why would I do that? Ain't there all the way, y'all. I ain't afraid to say that. She ain't there. And I thank the Most High for not allowing her to be sold over to the world to the point where they have her, and that's where I'm living to see her in that world that deep. Is she out there? Yeah. But it's not the type of out that the world got her. And I give Yah all glory and honor for that. But one thing about me is Sister Deborah, like I tell several people, which is in my family, about my new grandbaby. She ain't coming here to play. This little girl is not here to play with nobody, with her mama, with her daddy, with her grandma. She ain't here to play. Like they might think, yo, we're gonna rule over her. She's my baby, and she, she the youngest. No, 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 no. This one ain't coming to play with y'all. She ain't coming to play. And I mean that. They didn't heard me say it, and she's a year old now. She'll be this month, she'll be a year old. They didn't heard me say it because I already know. I already know. That one, your first child, but this one right here, she ain't coming to play. She ain't coming to play with none of y'all. Because see, people thinking that people are just people, they can be the best that they can be. No, 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 no. Everybody's mission is not to come down here to be the best that they can be in the world. Sister Deborah got a mission on her that was on her since I can remember 4 years old. My mission is not to come down here to play with nobody either. That ain't who I'm called to. I'm not called here to make your right that is wrong right and make it look right, make it seem right, make it feel right. He still have let us know throughout many things that your righteous is like filthy rags. But yet you put your righteous and make it right. That's the long talk we had all last night. We got up this afternoon. We had that long talk, and she sat and she listened. Now, what's she gonna do with it? It don't matter. I dropped all kind of seeds. She can take it from here. It's over. It ain't time to thinking you're gonna be able to plant these seeds and you're gonna watch it bloom. No, 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 no. Them days are over. It's time to get ready to either know that it's over in the matter of sleeping, or know that it's over in trying to make people see who the Father is. Not just who he is, but more so who he was. Because who he was makes him who he is. Who he is make you understand who he gonna be. And he ain't gonna be somebody to play with you while you down here playing around. Just imagine a mother can have 6 children. And I cannot tell you who is kingdom called. From you ask me, now one of them. How about that? How about that? So it don't stop me from telling them. My whole goal is wanting them to see how the heavens created the twos, and he ain't playing with you and he ain't playing with me. Know who you are, and that's the beauty of it. I, in the last couple of years, really gripped the fact that Deborah, they know. I put it in them. You, Father Yahweh, man, hold up. They know, Deborah, I put it in them to know. And then he say, so they can't be with no excuse. So that means if I come on here and be telling you things and how people are, it's like they know already. You just giving them confirmation. Oh, they'll fake it like she's talking about faking it till she make it. Where you making it to, baby? You'll find your tail in 6 foot under. You talking about running to California, you ain't gonna make it. I told my son Jonah, who always going out of town, going all over the place, and traveling with these oops, these fake oops. I tell them, they are not people even the kingdom trust. So you ain't got no business trusting them down here, especially if your mother don't. But they bypass my words. I don't have no problem with it. Like I don't have no problem with you. But it ain't going to stop me from speaking spirit and truth. It ain't going to stop me from showing the light. No. I'm going to stick with it until the end. I don't have no other choice. Do you? I don't have no other choice. Do you? So in this journey itself, and it is a journey. It's a journey that everyone is taking. It's just at the end of your journey, where are you heading? What is your purpose? What is your end goal? And when he tells me they know, I'm like saying, so they know their end, huh, Father? Yes. He said, yeah, they know their end. It's in them. It's showing itself on the outer. It's their actions of their outer man that tells you who you are in the inner man. It's already there. And that's why he said, and they are going to be without excuse. There's no be. It's they know. That's why I put it in them, so they won't have no excuse. So you mean to tell me all of this pride, this ego, self-centered, and this greed? Greed is another one that ain't gonna go nowhere. As long as people think that and I'm gonna tell you something else about greed. Greed holds that fake power. Y'all didn't know that, did you? When I told you that the elites, the billionaires, how when you go up in Revelation, you always see in Revelation attacking the wealth. Woo! Why? That's another thing that ain't going to the kingdom. I know people think that, oh yeah, I'm going anyway. I know I'm going. I said it like that all the time because I know the spirits of who they are. Think they going somewhere. So let them keep on rumbling like they think they going because they ain't going nowhere. The greed is like pride, y'all. It's just like a form. It's a worse form of pride, but both of them, neither one going to enter into the kingdom. Because when you start to really read Revelation, you can also see, especially when he's bringing them down, you can also see he's coming after those who have made it where they at based on what they have. Because they feel that that's where their power rests. And that's what I was saying. For him to step into this world, watch this, what I'm going to say, with that power, because it was dropped in the beginning, for him to pull up on this, he's pulling up with all power. And that power coming up to pull up to destroy the power that people serve in materialistic things, in what they have, what they think it gains them and it gets them. His power have to tear that down to show you the real power. He has to do away with that power to give people to think that they better than others. Homeless on the street, I ain't giving them nothing, let them get a job. That's one of the hardest core demonic spirit that's on people. And they have no idea because they think they're a good person as long as they have. The moment y'all strip them, it's going to show their nakedness. That's the reason why I can understand him allowing that power to be dropped way back then, even to the year of 2026. That power is still been dropped. Why? Because he's going to show up and show out. Let me stop saying he's going to. I've already seen him do it. Now I'm seeing the world talk about what's about to happen. And it all has to do with how stripping everybody from what they have. I'm waiting for that day. And like I said, water or no water, I'm with the Most High Yah. I'm good. Food or no food, I'm good. Okay? Light or no light, hey, I'm good. I'm sending a sign that I'm about the Father and the Father's business. With it or without it, or even without it, if when he comes, he ain't coming for people who feel they got something to lose to come. You see? Because they don't know how their heart is so geared in what they are preparing themselves to have, to be settled. But all they doing is telling him, I don't need you for nothing. I got all my T's crossed, my I's dot. And these are the same people. When I say the same people, what am I saying? 99.9 of y'all wouldn't understand. They are the same spirits that's in the people that's a billionaire. The same, it ain't this. See, that's why I say a lot of people don't understand the billionaires then son a sign to the whole world. It ain't about the money, it's about the power. If you can't see BRICS, you can't see NATO, you can't see all these organizations, they're coming together with power, you guys. With power. It's all about power. And the way your creator, whether he's yours or not, he's still the creator, is coming. It's the coming with his power to destroy their power. And he destroyed it first and foremost. Before he destroyed them and before he destroyed you, he's going to destroy what you have. To show you what you have, what you've been serving as your God, ain't about a rat's behind. My power is going to destroy that and then destroy you afterwards. See, that's what people didn't look for. But guess what? When you get into your study guide, it laid it out exactly like I'm telling you. He laid it out exactly like America. Let's say Babylon has fallen, and it has. Just because you don't see it don't mean nothing. You ain't nobody. Babylon has fallen. The second fall of Babylon is where you're going to see the debris. Now, Babylon falling, do you think Babylon falling, how would you pick that? Power or wealth? Which one is falling? Power or wealth? When you see Babylon falling, what do you see? Power or wealth? Bet you now one of you can answer that. I guarantee you can. I mean, really like answer it. When you see Babylon falling, what is it you see? Let me tell you what you're seeing. And when you stand here and this prophet keep teaching you this, and you keep having that same mindset, it's okay for you to have that. That just tells you which seed you are, whether you believe it or not. When I get to Revelation 18, and in verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and it's become an habitation of devils, and the holding of foul spirits, and cages of every unclean, hateful bird. Now it's telling you how deep the demonic and wicked is in that place. What did he say? Holds that. They holds this. That means that's what's in this country. You see? And you're trying to save and build up in a way, and your greed level is working around the way this country is. And this is all you working around. You see? That's why he say, Deborah, even the book that they are to read as a study guide, they still can't even comprehend it. If it had a pen, needle, or light, they still couldn't see it. Okay, now listen to what he says in verse 3. And all the nations who have drunken the wine of her wrath, fornication, and the kings of the earth have become committed. I can't even see that. Who have committed fornication with the merchants of the earth. You see that merchants are rich through the abundance of her delicacy. See, as you look at all of it and you go down here, you see throughout the whole thing, it's talking about how this country became who they are. How did they become it? Through merchant, through having things, through having all kind of things that other countries needed, and trading all kind of materialistic things. That's what people are in their homes. And they think they got something. When Yah come, those people will remain where they at. Because that's where their heart is at, in what they have. They can't deal with Yah if Yah stripped them from that. And I'm that prophet would tell you that's 100. Soon as he stripped them from it, you ain't gonna see them serve no Yah. You ain't gonna see them serve no Yah. All they gonna say, he said that he become their enemy. Oh, he took this and he stopped this. How could I believed in him? I cared for him. How could he dare do us like that? No. He's bringing you to the level of knowing so you can see who you are. Since your pride and your ego and your self-centered, your greed, you're hungry for something, and it's not him. For the materialistic things that you have. He didn't tell you nothing you have was yours. If you ain't doing nothing for the kingdom, you ain't about the kingdom. You see? When you're doing something for the world, they take care of the world. But when you ain't doing nothing for the kingdom, you ain't about the kingdom. You might as well go in the realm where the world is at. Sit your tail up in that and go on deal with that. Now listen to what it says. Now, as he was telling me that this is how he brought it to me as far as the power. He said, when you look at Revelation 18, then it says falling. So it shows you that they were stripped, woo-wee, from everything they once owned. People today would never get that because they think they in this country to have what they have because they want to tell you y'all gave it to them for them. Y'all never give a person anything for them. They just ain't figured it out. Now, when you are one of the world and you live in the world, then that's for you. But when you call yourself a person that represent the Father and you in the body of Hamashiach, he ain't told you nothing was yours. And he ain't gonna give you nothing for you and yours, meaning you and your family. He ain't told you that. That's a lie from the pit of hell. So what is he gonna do? Right here, how Babylon has fallen is the way I'm telling y'all he's coming for everybody who are building their empire right here in this country, saying that I'm gonna be ready. I got my T's crossed. I got my I's dotted. I'm gonna be ready. They doing it intentionally to be just like the merchants in this country. They are identical to what he's going to bring down. They matches it. So why would he pull you out to go to Mount Zion? Why would the creator choose you to mark you when you didn't bought yourself into the world? You didn't planted your mindset and your heart into a level of greed like this country. What makes you think you should come out of it? And I keep telling y'all, when you thinking he just bringing Babylon down, no, he bringing you down with him. You're not coming out of here because your heart, your ways, your thoughts, your actions matches Babylon to the T. To the T. And I said this the other day. It's no way he's going to let me be in the ocean drowning, down at the bottom of the ocean, while you in the world doing what you're doing. And if he is, it's because you belong one way and I belong another. It is no way. But see, they can't, like he said, they didn't believe Noah at all until it was too late. They're not going to take nobody's side. Let's say if somebody come down and everybody see this person and this person is preaching and teaching, and what everybody thinking is this person is speaking spirit and truth. This person got the light. This person showing miracle signs and wonder. There go that power. They would believe them. Mm-hmm. They would not only believe them, they would serve them. They would support them. They would honor them, and they would glorify them and lift them up. Because that's what they do when they are not of Yah. They go on the opposite side and see a way that they can make things fit. What I learned about what is actually happening today, it has nothing to do with what everybody is holding on to, wealth. It has to do with power. Do you think Satan needs your money? Come on now. Now you can make it make sense. He don't need a dime of your money. That money is to mess your mind up. That gold is to mess your mind up. That silver is to mess your mind up. How? To make you think you got a different God. And that's what it does. It puts you in a state of mind that, hey, I got a different God I serve, and I got everything. You see, that's what it does to you. And it should. So they setting people up to see, oh, silver then went up so high and gold then went up so high. And y'all better get these here, all these different, a lot of people doing this here, investing. Oh, y'all, these Negroes and everybody is doing all this investing, taking their last crumbs and investing it like crazy. Because the world tells them it's about the dollar. It's about the things to make you have more. But see, Yah said he instead will live on daily bread. That's what I love about the Most High Yah. He tell it like it is, and it is like he tell it. He's letting you know that's why you drowning. And those that's listening, looking at you all cockeyed, week after week, month after month, year after year, like they got a key to the kingdom and a ticket to a one-way to Mount Zion. They figure they got it all in one. That's what America doing. They right now feeling we got all the wealth and we got all the power. You know, Satan don't do nothing with the wealth. So it's on the minds of flesh of men. See, the wealth is only on the mind of the flesh of men because they think that that's what gives them power. Okay? But one thing about it is they done made CERN, and you notice you don't hear them using it, CERN. They done made all kind of things in space because they trying to defeat Yah's power. And he has given them the ability to build whatever you want. When you finish, I'm going to tear your tail up. Because his power cannot be challenged because it's too much of it. It's too much power. You can't mess with his power. But you can't tell nobody. You can't tell nobody. Now, do you think it's Satan got them building that? Use a lie. You use a lie. It's Yah that has given them the mind to build whatever you think you need to come after me. Because when it's done, you're going to see my power. Deborah, leave that ball down there in the beginning. Praise the mighty Yah. They dropped it at the beginning, but I knew they would. Leave it there. Speak on that light and give that spirit and truth. Leave that ball right where it's at. Because my power is going to show up and show out. That's the true end game. If these Negroes think they can play the game on PlayStation 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 20, you ain't seen nothing yet. You talking about the end game, the real end game. It's going to show the real power. And it's going to show it for what it is. So when everybody think the power is what they got, what they getting, how much they trust in their materialistic things, what I got, and I'm going to hold to it. I ain't giving nobody nothing. You right. You right. Keep it to yourself. It shows your spirit and who you are. I don't care how many times they get on here, how many times they sign themselves in. You can sign yourself in or you can sign yourself out. It don't matter. I know who you are and what you serve and what you represent. You see? And this here in Revelation 18, it's letting y'all know. Now, did y'all know that? Why is it a creator coming after a country? Because it's a country that has been looked at all over the world that has power. See, that's why I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't even understand Yah's power. His power is coming to delete and to show that everybody else don't have no power. All power is his. That's what his whole end game. His whole end game is show up with that power. And he's talking about, see, a lot of people didn't know when they say every tongue gonna confess and every knee gonna bow, you doing right when they see that power. It's too late though. But see, y'all didn't know they did. It's too late, but it don't matter. My Father's power is going to be glorified. Okay? It's going to be seen. It tells you that. Every tongue going to confess. Every knee going to bow. Don't mean a rat's behind. Their knees are bowing and their tongue confessing. Because when they see his power for what it is, not just what it is, what it always been, then shall their knees bow down and their tongues start to confess. Is it going to help them? No, it's over. Bowing down and confessing ain't going to get you nowhere, but in the lake of hell. Because you can't wait until you see his power to bow down. See, that's why I told y'all it's over, it's finished. Whoever you are, it's already in you. Nobody can convince you to do anything because it's rooted so deep into your spiritual heart, you the way that you are. And that's the way you're going to go out. But when I think about Revelation, I think about he's sitting here talking about a great city and a great city and a great city. What makes these people great? He went on to talking about how much ointment and fragrance and wine and oil and fine wheat and fine flour and beasts and sheep and horses, all this stuff, and slaves and spirits of men. It's telling you all about the delicious living. They live delicious. It's telling you about all this stuff that has to do with what people have. And they run around here holding it like it was meant for them to also have what the world has as well. You're a liar if you say you serve Yah and you about the Father's business. You ain't never been about the Father's business if you are greed. And in that greed is pride. And my mother used to say that all the time. Pride ain't going to be able to make it into the kingdom. People too ignorant to really believe that. That's how ignorant people are. They thinking pride going to walk straight on into the kingdom. Greed going to walk straight on into the kingdom. What you are down here is who you are for eternal. That's why he says it's finished. Deborah, don't go. Pick up that ball. Preach that light. Preach that spirit and truth that's rest in you. Because picking it up ain't going to make a difference. The heart is already set for who it is, who it's going to be. It's not going to change for nothing that I have written in me, myself, nor words that you may speak. These people are rooted the way that they are going to be rooted in. If I had seen Revelation 20 years ago, I can tell you right now, I'll be a traveling individual speaking spirit and truth. I'll be all over this world. But he said, see, y'all thought Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Patriot, Twitter, y'all thought all those things were for to help you so you can get knowledge. So no. It is to preach the gospel of the kingdom, which is his power that been missed since the book of the beginning. So what happens? Leave it alone. Leave that power, leave that ball that's dropped, leave it alone. Teach about it, preach about it. But don't try to get it and bring it up to these people today. They ain't even missing it. They ain't even feeling this thing. Leave that ball back there. Speak spirit and truth and show that light in the midst of this darkness. Because ain't no ball gonna come to change nothing today. The way people are is where their deep of their heart is. He said, in a man's eyes is clean. In his own eyes, that means in his flesh. He said, Deborah, I'm coming for that spirit. Right today, in this day and time, people don't give a rest behind about how y'all coming for their spirit, for the lake of fire. They don't care about that. Because they say, as long as I can live the way that I am in my flesh, I don't care a word what he say, you say, and nobody say. I got it made on the earth, and that's all that matters. When you look into Revelation as far as the Babylon, all the Hebrew Israelites should have been able to tap in. They can't. They don't have the light. They don't have spirit and truth, which is the Ruach HaKodesh, to teach them that he's coming after a country that not only have been power, but they have robbed, killed, stolen, destroyed, killed, murdered, steal, all in the name of using themselves as power. So when people walk around and they wonder, well, what will make Solomon go and go to the other way, it's because he had everything on this side. That's what it does to you. When you have your T's crossing your I's dotted, it's no way you're gonna go in the way of Yah. You're gonna go every way outside of the way of Yah. What kept David? He went the other way. What way was that? He was fighting wars. Let me see your bad tail get out there and go fight wars for 20 years. I bet you couldn't do it. That's all David did. All David's life, he was out in the field fighting wars, killing. You know what that's like? All his living, he was out there killing people. Who wants that type of life? See, you didn't know that, did you? You see? Now one of them really cherished having everything that they had. Now one of And you will not find it nowhere in your study guide telling you that Solomon was enjoying it in a way that he was wealthy. He had all this. No, he didn't. Because if he had it all, he wouldn't have went on the other side. He was missing something. Still the world, but he had it all. You would think that if you had it all, you shouldn't have went on the other side where against Yah. But that shows you all the money you have and what you got ain't gonna keep you right with Yah. It'll have you going in the other way. Especially when it all said and done, you never was the seed of the spirit, no way. That's the difference between people, especially today. He says, like no other day that ever exists. That means the day that you in, baby, you need to check your stinky tail. Because you ain't who you think you are. Okay? You really need to check your stinky tail. You need to judge yourself daily. You need to own yourself and who you are. And you need to learn to forgive yourself so you can be able to have that full repentance. But know what? What happened? People ain't gonna do that. And y'all ain't looking for you to. I'm just telling you what you should do. But y'all ain't looking for you to make that change. He already separated the wheat from the tare. He ain't coming down here today to have Sister Deborah to keep on talking and telling you to go this way instead of that way. No. He just want me to continue to speak spirit and truth. He just want me to continue with the light. Because he already know where you're at. He already know where you're going. Because of your actions on this earth, and a lot of people don't know it, identify who your eternal is. And he said it in Romans chapter 1. Oh, Deborah, they know. I put it in them so they won't have no excuse. So he's not saying that you don't know. You know better. But you choose to do what the whole Babylon is doing. Think that what they have is greater than anything. That's how they have controlled this whole country. Based on what they had. They controlled this whole country with what they had. And that's what people do. They tend to feel that what they have is their power. They can get anything, they can have anything, and they can do anything. That's that same spirit that's on this country. And you wonder why you over here. You see what I'm saying? He said in Ezekiel 36, Deborah son them according to their ways. According to their ways. And he is not talking about his seed. He said those that are here, they are going according to their ways. Then in Romans chapter 1, he says, so they without any excuse. Because it's in them. What's in them? They ways? And in Romans chapter 1, he's talking about homosexual. It's already in them, Deborah. This is their ways. See, he's not lying. You're the liar. Because everybody want him to be a liar so they can live their lie on this earth. No, you're the liar. The wheat and the tare has already been separated, you guys. The mark of in Revelation 7 have already taken place. So it's time for people to continue to walk in the way that they already are. But I suggest, why walk in a way that is not a way of Yah, not the way of the light? If you really go back to your study guide, so many people showed up in the kingdom. And they thought that their way was all good. Oh, I'm deserving to be up here. I remember when he told as a parable how going to highways and byways, and those that wasn't invited, invite them on in. Because those that were invited, they wouldn't come. So when the wedding feast started, there was somebody sitting with no garment. They didn't have what it takes to be in the wedding. That's just showing you people gonna go they're gonna play. They're gonna play it for all it's worth, all the way to the kingdom. Their spirit gonna rise up thinking it's going somewhere eternal. And fail to realize you ain't going into the kingdom eternal. You going somewhere eternal. You just ain't going where you've been portraying to people on earth that you are supposed to be going. You ain't going there. That just shows you the role of what I'm telling you, how people are playing. When I said people are looking at you all cockeyed and people are playing it for year after year after year, month after month, day after day, coming on here, role playing. That's all they doing, they role playing. Because when you look at what he's saying Deborah all the way to the kingdom. That's deep to me. That's deep. All the way to the kingdom. That's just showing you it's about your spirit. Your spirit is as wicked as your flesh is. Because it even thinks once your flesh is in that ground, your spirit stand before the kingdom, it thinks it's entitled to eternal life. And I'm sitting here preaching it. I'm always preaching that to y'all. People really think, because this is the hardcore truth of it, to where even heaven said they're going to say, did, I did. They're going to be people out of all them parables. There were people who's going to enter into the kingdom as if they're supposed to be eternal kingdom. But they for the lake of fire. When Yeshua separate the wheat from the goats said, well, what did we do? What you mean, what did you do? When I was this, you didn't give. 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 And I was this, you didn't give. But what's all that about? What's all about? What is all that about the goats not giving? See how sick people are? You see the thickness of their sickness? Because they have no idea it's truly connected to your eternal. And the goat saying, well, wait a minute now, when did we do that? He said, when you did it to the least of them, which was the righteous one, you have done it unto me. But when did we do that? See, they can't even, their spirit still won't own it. Even in the kingdom come judgment. They're going to turn around and ask him, when did we not give? He said, when you didn't do it unto the least of these. And who are these? The righteous ones. You have done it unto me. So the game that they play down here on the earth is so thick and so potent that it's sad to see it constantly being played. And people really believe they somebody. And y'all don't have no problem with people, like my daughter said, fake it until you make it, because you don't know where you're gonna make it to. It's no way I would take out that time on this earth, especially in this day and time, talking about faking it until it make it. But just imagine that's the heart of many people, because the kingdom already gave us an insight of what the heaven's gonna be like. When Yeshua separate the goats from the sheep, they still trying to figure out, well, when did we do that? When did we not give? What's all that about this giving? Yeah. You's a liar from the pit of hell if you think it ain't what it is. Oh, yes. It still was detached to the same idea of giving to those that are righteous versus the goats. They trying to figure out, well, why? When did we do that to you? He said, you did it to them. They are I, and I am them. When you did it to the least of these, because these are the righteous, you have done it unto me. And that's what made me feel really good about how the heavens had created things. I mean, this is what you call pure DTs, cross I's dotted. And it ain't waiting to answer to nobody. Because when the heart is so wicked, it ain't answering to nobody but its own heart and heart. That's just it. And it's a good thing. Because the tree of evil was good. So that's the good thing about them. They get to share in that tree for eternal. Okay? The one that, and I can't, you know what? Something else I will say. As time go on, not time, but this day go on, I realize a lot of things we blame Satan, the devil. But I think that Satan don't need to be blamed. Let me explain why. Why do you think Satan need to be blamed when hell was created to put him there eternal? You think Yah is geared to what we blame Satan for? For what? His eternal already marked. Even he himself know he's already going down. So why is everybody issues when they do wrong and they think wrong and they act wrong and their actions is evil and wicked and greedy and pride? Why is it always Satan's fault? Why is it the devil's fault? How could everything be his fault? It can't. Why? Because he was given a position to step into the earth and deceive the whole world. I, Sister Deborah, a prophetess in the wilderness, can tell you he have fully deceived the whole world, 100%. He completed his mission. Everything around him worship him. This world worship him. This earth worship him. The people in every country, everywhere you go, they worship him. That's why it says in Revelation chapter 2 and 9, Revelation chapter 3 and 9, we know that you are the synagogue of Satan because they worship him. They like that darkness. They like that wicked. They like that evil. They like that murdering. They like that stealing. They like that killing. They like that pedophile. They like that taken from the less fortunate. They like all that. They love it. That's why they serve Satan. And just because all of them serve Satan, Satan is not going to the kingdom to be judged based on how they served him. That's another ball being dropped. And I don't think this ball being dropped. I think that's a mystery that ain't been spoken, have not been taught. People thinking that Satan, they can use Satan as a scapegoat, but you can't. Because Satan, just like Satan's name is already written on the top of the lake of hell. So before he even got down here, y'all, his name was already written in the kingdom to the lake of hell. So he can't deceive you. I mean, he can't not deceive. He can't get you to do this. No, you yourself, because y'all ain't gonna look in the book and say, "Oh, right next to your name, Satan made you do this. Satan made you do this. Satan made you do this. Satan made you do it." No, he ain't. He gave us many chances to see spirit and truth in the light of it all, and we still insist on walking in darkness with a smile on our face like we got it going on. In such a critical time, not time, date as this, we still happy about where we at. We happy where we at because the world is giving us what we want. And we feel we got everything we need in this world. That's what makes us feel good. It's because we got everything we need. And that's why I'm grateful for how he's going to rumble in the United States. But many who thinking they coming out, they're going to be a part of what he's going to do because you are matching Babylon. Why would he take you out seeing you matching Babylon? If y'all were to come right here today, now one of you get up and go. Ooh, Father, did we go there? That's the truth, y'all. You wouldn't even get up to go. You know why? You'll be looking at what you have. You ain't going to want to leave what you got. Right now, you don't even want to support the individual that you bring your tail on this devil platform to look at and listen to feed your spirit. If that's not demonic and evil and wicked, I don't know what is. And I'm going to call it what it is. And I always knew it. Because some people give out of trying to control you. They want to be a part in your life and of your life. Once they see that it ain't the walk ain't gonna be like that, they no longer give again. But they don't have to. They just need to get their tail somewhere and sit down somewhere. Too many, it's thousands of pages on this devil platform. Why would you get on this platform on Sister Deborah's page if you feel that you shouldn't support? Why? Because you got evil and wicked in you. As long as you felt you had a space to control or have some connection, you gave. And it wasn't like nothing but once a year. So what happens? When you see that you ain't got a chair at the table like you thought, you never gave anymore. It wasn't because you didn't have a chair at the table. It's just y'all wasn't at the table with you. So that's why I don't understand. When I say I don't understand, a lot of people, when I talk to people personal, one-on-one, I tell them I don't understand. When I said don't understand, I'm really speaking vice versa. I understand it so well. To me, stuff like that just don't make no sense. Why come on this page? Day after day, week after week, month after month, for what? And have the nerve to have something to say. I don't get it. I do get it. That's what I'm saying. I don't. But as I was saying, it's a sad thing that even Revelation is for to go after those who've been the head. And the head represent those who have lived deliciously. Praise the Most High Yah. They thinking that, oh, he's talking about the elites, or he talking about the billionaire. No. Because he already, guess what, y'all? The billionaires going to be out of this country. Did y'all know that? They already got their places in Scotland, Swedish, Greenland. They're trying to make that another hidden out place. They're going to be everywhere because they know that this land is coming down. And while this land is already prophesied to come down, people still thinking they can live high and mighty. And that's all they want. That's all they desire. And y'all going to leave you right here. Because when he's bringing Babylon, y'all don't understand who all going to be left here. All the ones that heart is not where Yah is at. His heart. You're going to be left here. I really believe it's a sad thing how people really thinking that they're going to get up and escape something. Babylon is coming down for a reason, y'all. And if you really look at it, you have to look at the head. People have lived deliciously. And if he's speaking of bringing them down, because it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partaker of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues. Now watch this here. For her sins have reached unto the heavens, and Yah have remembered her iniquity, rewarding her even as she reward you. Who you think the you is? Who in the rats behind do you think the you is? Do you think the you is you? Do you have the Ruach HaKodesh and the light in your right hand? Because that's who it's talking about. The righteous one, y'all. He's talking about. See, what people did not know is the righteous is all over the four corners. But if he's dealing with bringing Babylon down, it's just not a system. Babylon is a part of a system, but it's a country, it's land, it's people on this land. See, a lot of people don't think it. They're looking at it as a system. No, it can't be, because he also said something gonna come from the heavens, and it's gonna drop in the center, and it's gonna swallow the rest of the land down in the ocean. So he's showing you, I'm taking it off, Deborah, off the map, as they call it. Now he's sitting here telling you, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her, double according to her works. See, that's their actions. Okay, in the cup which she has filled, fill her double. A lifestyle, y'all. It's a lifestyle. I spoke it the other day. It's impossible for me to be drowning in the ocean, and you over here living like the world live. Have the mindset of Babylon. Merchants living high on a hog, all your T's crossing, all your dots dotted, to where you'll never see Yah like I'm seeing them down in the ocean. People don't get that. They don't grip that. It's no way. It's no way. Yah is just and upright. He is not going to let his servant be in the ocean, at the bottom of the ocean. And then there's those up here living high. And they thinking we both gonna go enter into the eternal kingdom. That's not true, y'all. Everything y'all is destroyed, he has to start destroy them from what they have. Do you really think that CERN and all these things they building in space and all these weapons and all these things that they AI and all these digitals and all these powers which he has, let them create all kind of weapons? Y'all let them do that. He let them do that. But guess what he's going to tear down first? What they have. He's going to tear down what they have. And all the wealthy people, the billionaires, already took everything they owned, wealth, and already moved it out of this country. They started it with the Trade Center. They didn't leave their stuff down in the bottom of the Trade Center. They had taken that stuff out. Everything has been taken out of this country. You see the level of greed? Except for the greed that they taught the people in this country how to live. Out of greed. Do you know why the people in this country can't see the wickedness of this country? Because long as they T's across and their I's are dotted, they have everything they need. It's no reason for them to see what Donald Trump is doing. It's no reason for them to see Revelation 18. It's no reason for them to see no parables, no thing that has to do with a creator. That's why they can be in the Catholic Church, they can be in the Christian church and all this Muslim, they can be all these religions, because it allowed them to have everything they have to consider the fact that, look at me, I know I got a key to the kingdom in a ticket, because they use the way they live their lives on this earth in their flesh to be their keys to what they think is righteous. So what is he going to do? He said in Revelation, take our time tonight and see. Everything he's stripping them for, first and foremost, is what it has. Now, Father, wait a minute, I got a question that ain't none of them would ask you. Everything these people have and they got, kill, steal, murder, pharmaceutical, all that. Destroy, take it, rob it. Definitely robbing. This is what they have done in this country. So listen to what I'm going to say. How is it those that are billionaires going to escape? He's letting them. The Father is going to let them get out. But he's going to let you stay in. So you see, when Babylon coming down, those who have built that type of kill, steal, rob, take, murder, taking from the people, poisoning them, feeding them all this mess. Guess what? They're going to be gone. Bam! But you who mimic them in your heart going to remain here. So don't think he bringing Babylon down with nobody in it. Oh, yes. He's going to show you everything you served, which is your God, which is Mammon. You're going to be stuck right here. That's why I think of him saying a remnant. And I'm like saying, why is a remnant? And why is he wanting people to know it's going to be a small remnant? Why? It's because he means what he said, and he said what he means. If you want to make it look like the whole Israel and the whole Judah, you go right ahead. When that time comes, look for Judah and Israel as you know them. They're going to be standing right beside you. Right beside you. People are not getting out of what they think they're getting out of. And what it does is it makes y'all lie. It makes him not all of who he is. It makes him to now he already going to deal with and taking in those who are his spiritual seed. The only reason why he said blameless is because he's in you. He ain't saying you blameless because you ain't done nothing. He's saying you blameless because he's in you. Can he blame you if he's greater in you? No, he can't. Oh, you didn't know that, did you? It's a lot you don't know. See, that's what they don't understand. The only one he's holding blameless is those that he is in. Because he know we still doing just like David. He said, I got sin, I got iniquity, I got wicked, all in your eyesight. But you know it. That's what David said. See, he knew, but he's a spiritual seed. I'm going to hold you blameless. People make themselves the spiritual seed. People make themselves spirit and truth. People make themselves the light. That's why nobody came to Noah Ark. Because they figured, hey, I'm already in there. I get there. That's the same mindset. Everything that mindset that they even had back then is the same mindset today, but worse. But worse. So I'm like, still look at that all the time about that small remnant. Then I thought about how he said he's going to bring them out and he's going to separate the those who transgressed against him. That means evil people, y'all. That don't mean something good. I'm going to purge the rebels out. That means those who portrayed all this time in Babylon that they were for us. They was for the righteous, but role played it. But I'm gonna get them, Deborah, and I'm gonna take them out of it. See what I'm saying? Make sure they realize they ain't going over. That's why he said, leave the ball there. Don't try to pick that ball up and take it in this day and time. They didn't listen to me. They ain't gonna listen to you. Because the way they are with you would be the way that they are with me, already in their spirit, Deborah. You understand this thing ain't flesh and blood. You know it's in their spirit, and you tell them all the time. This ain't got nothing to do with Sister Deborah's flesh and your flesh. It's got to do with who you are in your spirit. And I had to face that today. That people really don't understand. It's not flesh and blood. It's really a spiritual thing. That thing that's going to live eternal, either lake of hell or the eternal kingdom. That's the battle, y'all. When you're thinking it's about going to New Jerusalem or going to Mount Zion, baby, this thing is bigger than the way you ever been taught. And this is why people are going to and fro, just like Satan, seeing which platform they can go on. They ain't looking for nothing. They just want to be able to come here, go here, come here, go here, and feel like they in something. But then your heart tails off on you. Because it's easy to detach it, the heart of a people. But when he's delivering, go to Revelation, read that Revelation 18. And I tell you why you're doing it, pull up on 19 too. He's dealing with this merchant here. But listen to what I'm saying. And I know y'all don't hear it. And I'm going to get off of here because I can feel you ain't getting it. What he's saying in Revelation is, Deborah, everybody here in Revelation that I'm talking about has connection to greed, have served Mammon as their own God, even when they might not even know it. Now, and then I listen to me now. Then I would say, okay, in the wilderness, wait a minute, Father, y'all. But all the billionaires who really did it all, they gone over to Swedish. They gone over in Greenland. That's why they trying to get far away from y'all. They know what they doing, and I don't blame them. I do not blame them. They know what they doing. So who coming down in Babylon then? If the elites here in this country, who's coming down? Who's coming down? He starts out by telling you how they was rewarded double for what they did to you. Who is you? The righteous one, y'all. So this is why I'm saying to you, you role playing the wicked of this country when you have done things to the righteous one. Just as Yeshua said in Matthew, I think it's 25. You have done it to the least of them. You have done it unto me. And everything that he said done was give, 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 give. This is not a message to shake and make somebody give. You ain't gonna give what ain't in you. You can't give because it's rooted in that heart that y'all already measured. You need to stay right where you at. in the lane that you created for yourself, because that's what you did. And y'all don't have no problem with you standing there. But even me sitting here telling you all about Revelation, did y'all know even when I taught Revelation 18 to you all, I told you all of them will be gone. So who's being destroyed in Babylon? Y'all know it ain't the top dogs. The top dogs ain't being here. But what's being destroyed in Babylon is a residence of Satan, wicked and evil. It's the regular people who lived with Mammon as they God. He talked about how this country got built up through killing, stealing, and taking and destroying. Merchant, selling to others and letting everybody else drink out that same cup in the world. So they get to get out, but who are you going to destroy it in? You all this left. Because you thinking you something because you still left here. Because you got a little something. You think you something. In the eyes of y'all, you nothing. Because you serve your same self. Like those who going to escape. When the pandemic took place, no one ever looked at how America was shipping billions of dollars over. They never did see it. No one ever figured out, well, why is all these billions of dollars being shipped here? It's because they was taking stuff out already. They've been doing it since 9/11, y'all. That's why they got a city under this. The whole United States is a city. They've been taken out of it. So when he destroyed Babylon, do you really think they're going to be destroyed? No. They're going to be able to escape. They're going to be destroyed by his power. 101. Why? Because they're going to think they were able to move here, and we escape. No. He's going to let them move to wicked, and get them all together and destroy them all. You see, that's how he's going to do them. But Babylon, who's connected to the system, okay, but you got to understand in Revelation, he's talking about the ground as well, the land, the people here in this land. And I, Sister Deborah, in 100% in agreement. Because if people go around here thinking that it's about Yah, no, they can't say Yah blessed them, and they full of greed. Yah don't bless people to be greedy and greedy. That's not a part of Yah. But people are that, and that ain't got no connection to Yah. They don't believe nothing they read in the instruction in direction. And they don't believe nothing Sister Deborah said. You think I don't know that? If you didn't believe my father, you ain't gonna believe me. And I'm not looking for you to. I'm about my father's business. I'm gonna teach spirit and truth with the light in my right hand. And no matter what nobody say, think, or feel, I'm gonna continue as long as he keep ministering to me and revealing things to me the way that he is. I am fully grateful for him and his power and his authority to allow me to be able to bring forth what he feeds me. I'm appreciative. I am grateful to the way he rumbled in my living. You see? So when you look at Revelation, I know y'all not getting it. Revelation is telling you like he's coming to destroy this country, right? And he is. But who is the people he destroyed? People who are like unto this country. You're going to remain your tail here. You're going down with the Titanic. Because what people didn't know, the billionaires and the real crooks and robbers left, but they left their enemy here. And that's why you're going to have nation against nation, meaning different people against different people. People going to go up against their own people. You can't look for that in Judah. Judah been doing that since the beginning of time. But people are going to be going up against people. Kingdom against kingdom. This here, a religion going up against this religion. And look how the Roman Catholics standing around. Ain't being held for nothing. And they the head dogs on the pyramid. They ain't even being held for nothing. And they the head dogs on the pyramid. They over in Italy all over the world. They don't have to have United Snakes no more, because United Snakes was just a shield to protect and to hide them. They don't even need United Snakes no more. And you don't hear nothing about them. And they the head dogs. But you don't see them over here being destroyed. They ain't gonna be destroyed. They gonna be out of here. Most of them already got it and already out. And then you hear these people all in the government system and all talking about this person moved all they belongings to this country, and this they talking about. They telling y'all exactly what I'm telling y'all now. It's all over. They trying to figure out, well, why is Pelosi moved all of her belongings over to this country? Why is all these high officials in the government system that's millionaire and billionaire, why are they moving their stuff somewhere else? Because they got sense enough to know what you still playing with. That this country has been a disappointment in creation itself, and it's going down. And everybody that's here, they live in the same way those ones that's escaping have lived. They live in the same way. They got the same mindset. Because I said, Father, why is it the people don't see this country had wronged them? Anytime this country had you sending money over to Israel, you ain't figured that out yet? Anytime, anything that's actually taking place, why is it these people not seeing this? And I'm like saying, Father, what is it that they're not seeing? What is it they're not getting? Because they are the same as these people. They are the same as these people. Let me give you show you another clip. And this was coming from another prophet, Ezekiel. Y'all done heard me read this here, Ezekiel 36. And this is something else. This is why I know Judah is caught up in this Babylon system too. Watch this here. In Ezekiel chapter 36, let me make sure I get it. Ezekiel chapter 36. Let me get it here. Listen to Ezekiel chapter 36 and verse 17. And I'm trying to say to y'all, you're not going to be able to get up out of here thinking you're going to reside in Mount Zion if you're not the spiritual seed. He just told you in Revelation, listen to what's this here. Revelation chapter 18 verse 6. Reward her even as she rewarded you. You really think that's Israel and Judah? Those are the righteous ones. The one Yeshua was saying to the goats, you done it unto the least of them. You have done it unto me. And double unto her according to her works in the cup which she has filled to her double. So you cannot be Israel and Judah. It has to be the spiritual ones in Israel and Judah. You see? He's not talking the way they did you for slavery. Watch this here. Let me tell you why he ain't talking to you, saying because of what they did. Ezekiel 36, son of man. He's getting ready to check Ezekiel. Son of man, when the house of Israel dwell in their own land, praise the Most High Yah. That's the fulfillment he promised Abraham. But we still running around here lying on him as if he did not keep that promise by letting Israel enter into the promised land. You will never get one man in the Hebrew Israelite movement nor cult tell the truth of the whole matter. They did enter into the promised land, but nobody won't preach it and teach it and tell the truth. You see how nobody tells the truth about my father? Why wasn't he getting glory? Why didn't the Hebrew Israelites praise him and honor him for keeping his word with Abraham? No, we'd rather run around here and lie and act as if we ain't never meant enter into the promised land. Use a lie from the pit of hell. Joshua took you there. Now listen to what he said, son of man. Now he's checking Ezekiel. When the house of Israel dwell in their own land. How did they get there? Is that not like what he told Abraham, that I would give them their own land? He just told you that, Ezekiel. He just told you all that. So why is it's a big lie that he didn't keep his word to Abraham? He did. We just disrespect him constantly because we want the lie to feed into us than the truth. He kept his word with Abraham. What he's about to do with Mount Zion is his spiritual word to Abraham, to bring in those who are his spiritual seed that's detached like Abraham is. That's what's going over to Mount Zion. So he says to Ezekiel as he checking him, he says, son of man, when the house of Israel dwelled in their own land, when did they dwell in their own land? And why wasn't we glorifying and edifying these Hebrew Israelites, sick men, that Yah fulfilled what he promised Abraham? He gave them their own land. And y'all stand y'all tails around here, and you're so eager to make those that serving Yah the wrong ones so you can stand in the right lane. These Hebrew Israelite men ain't got no sense at all. And you can tell they gone. This is what the father tells me. He said, Deborah, even the study guide that they read, they say is the word. They don't even know how to read it and comprehend it. Why? Because, Deborah, they don't have the ruach to let them know what's what. They don't have the light. So they running around here saying, oh, the Mount Zion is the promise to Abraham. Use a lie from the pit of hell. What is this telling you? Josh took them to the promised land. Listen to what it says. They defiled it by their own way. Why is it they don't tell the truth on that? And by their own doings. See the doings and their ways? Watch this here. Their ways was before me as an uncleanness of a removed woman. He said it was before me. That means I was looking at it, Deborah. I was seeing it for what it was. He go to 18. Wherefore I poured out my fears upon them for the blood that they had shed upon the land. You in the land floating with milk and honey. You in the land where Yah is in the midst. You are in the promised land that he promised Abraham, and y'all stand your lying tails today and lie to these ignorant, sick men and women that the Father didn't fulfill his mission that he promised Abraham in Genesis. It's sad. It's a sad day for me because when I read this over and I said, well, Father, oh man, I see why you said leave that ball in Genesis. Leave it in the beginning because that's how far away everybody is from truth. These Hebrew Israelites would think that going to Mount Zion is the promise to Abraham. They are a lie from the pit of hell. The promise to Abraham was that he gave them the promised land, and he did. Josh took them over. Verse 18, wherefore I poured out my fears upon them for the blood they had shed. Where? In the promised land, Deborah. The land that I promised Abraham, they was over there killing each other. But you have the audacity to come to this land here and try to make these people believe you and you all that. And you didn't show nothing to the Most High Yah when he took you to the promised land floating with milk and honey. Even to this year of 2026 in January, nobody would give him the glory. Yah will lie on my Father just so you can live in this sick world as something righteous. That is so hurting. But I think of how he communed with me and how he talks to me and how he showed me things. That's why I say I'm grateful. Because not a man in the Hebrew Israelite movement can say anything to me. Because when I look at that, I think about how they're killing each other now. Their wives, their children, their babies. Y'all said, but Deborah, go back. Go back to Ezekiel. He checked Ezekiel to tell him what these people were like in their promised land. They were doing identical what they doing today, y'all. And then you're walking your tail around here talking about we the small remnant, we going to Mount Zion. Your heart is so hardened and greed is in your mind, your heart, and in your spirit. See, that's what people didn't understand. That greed didn't come to the flesh, y'all. That greed was from the pride level of the flesh. That greed and pride is in your spirit, where it's not going anywhere, no matter what you do. It's rooted in your spirit. That's why the battle, the true battle, the real battle that y'all measure is in your spirit. He already measured the flesh. What do you mean, Deborah? He already sent that flesh to the grave. The real you is in your spirit. And every day it shows itself up and shows itself out. So then he said, here in 18, Ezekiel 36 and verse 18, wherefore I poured out my fears upon them for the blood that thou hast shed upon the land. And you ain't going to get not one so-called Negro who called himself a Hebrew Israelite to admit that Yah did fulfill Abraham's promise. But see, just as I told y'all before, there was 2 promises. And every last one of y'all missed it. You missed the promise because Abraham believed when Yah told him he was going to give him a son. But don't forget, he counted it under the righteousness. There was 2 things done to Abraham. And that was he was given the promise of the spirit. Then he was given the promise of the flesh. The flesh was given the promise of the land, and he did it right here. So how is it we living in the year 2026 and still lying on the Creator? And thinking that he's not supposed to have nobody down here serving him. He's not supposed to have nobody down here telling spirit and truth and the light. And if so, that person not supposed to speak, or that person is this, and that wrong, sit down. You ain't nobody. You ain't nobody to nobody. Because when you finish looking all cockeyed, it's still showing you right here. They were killing their own people on their own promised land, flowing with milk and honey. And the land had holy on it. So what do he say? Verse 19. He did not only say they were shedding blood upon the land. Shedding blood means killing each other. Same thing they doing here, even to this very day. And it's a full denial among the people. Full denial. That's why I keep saying, I keep getting on here trying to figure out, Father, why is everybody denying? Why ain't nobody saying nobody? Why ain't nobody teaching? Why ain't nobody say stop? Why ain't nobody say, no, that's not right? Nobody ain't saying nothing. Everybody living all this stanky, evil, and wicked. Because it's in their spirit, y'all. It's not you looking at the flesh. It's already rooted in their spirit. That's why I say the wheat and the tare has already been separated. Now, if you are a spiritual seed, you know who the wheat and who the tare is. Because they act different. You know who they are because they're totally different. Now watch what he said in verse 9. He said, not only that, and their idols wherewith they polluted it. They polluted the promised land. You see all the things they did on that promised land, and they stand their tails today in the year 2026 and lie to the whole Judah that everybody bothering us. And they failed to even respect that the land was fulfilled, what was promised to Abraham. Verse 19, and I scattered them among the heathens. Now here you go. He's going to tell you how they got dispersed. And they were dispersed throughout the country. Watch this here. According. So he's measuring them. According to the way, their way, and their doing, I judged them. He's letting you know I judged their bad tails, Deborah. And I put them right where they need to be according to their ways. So when you run around here and you talk about the United Snakes, let me tell you, you're right where you're supposed to be. Y'all place you here for that very reason. And don't dare estimate when I say you're going to be left here when it come down. He didn't put you here to take you out. He put you here to leave you here. Because if he didn't already separate the wheat from the tare, then you right where you need to be. And that's why the greed in your heart, so greed and wicked, it's because you where you supposed to be. Right here with Judah. Doing the same thing that Judah was doing when they were over there. Wicked hearts. And you thinking he's come to get you. What people never really paid attention to. This country didn't put us here. The heathens didn't put us here. The Gentiles didn't put us here. The mighty right hand of the Father. That same power y'all deny, that same power y'all run y'all tails around here and don't know nothing about, that same power is what got you right here in this land that you eat. Because that same power was judging you based on how ugly you were where you were. Come on down the bloodstream. You ain't no different. It's that same power that placed you right in this land just so you can get a taste of your own self. And you sitting your tails down here thinking your way is to Mount Zion. Your way is to eternal kingdom. And you ain't shown no way at all. None whatsoever. Not according to Yeshua. Not according to the Most High Yah. Not according to anything have you pulled up and recognized that your spirit is walking your nasty flesh out. Everything, like now, there's people right now praying that they can fight addictions. They can fight drugs. They can fight, I want to stop this. I want to stop this. But guess what? If your spirit ain't stopped, you ain't stopped. Because the battle is not in your flesh. You drink it. You smoke. It's in your spirit. It's so rooted. Do you know what that means? There's no escape if it's in your spirit. And this is where the true battle for, even for porno, pedophiles, murdering family members and wives and murdering your children, just everybody, just doing all kind of things. It's in your spirit already. That's why you're out here doing it. Your flesh is looking at it, hey, I don't care, I do anything. My end is already, just like Satan. Satan knows that he got eternal in the lake of fire. He don't care what he doing. Same way your flesh is. Identical. It don't care. Why? Because your spirit don't care either where the true battle is at. Nothing nobody can say that'll move your spirit in the way it should be going. If y'all ain't moved it by now, it ain't going to be moved. It's finished. That's why you can still have that same belief and be strong-hearted on it. You can have that same way of mind frame all you want. Can't nobody help you. Y'all got you set that way. That's why people in this country, no matter what goes on, all over the internet telling them who the true Jews is. But you take care? No. They rooted into wrongdoing, wrong thinking, wrong feeling. And what he say? It's not the flesh, Deborah. It's the spirit. And when your spirit is rooted that way, it's nothing you can do with your flesh. Because your flesh going to follow it. Your spirit. If it's rooted that way, that's why the people, in my mind, I'm like, okay, then they're going to escape. And I have said that to the Father. They're going to escape out. They already sending all their wealth and all their things. They're going to escape it. And when you destroy it, he said, they already know what I'm going to do. They preparing for it. But the people in this country, they preparing for their self-centered, their greed, and the way they think things are going to go for them. They ain't looking at the country as a whole. That's why they don't care if you cut off food stamps for people. They don't care. They don't care if they close your bank account. We don't care. We got our bank account. We got what we got. We got what we need. Oh, no, you ain't got nothing, baby. You think you got what you need. But you don't understand. Y'all going to give you what you need. And that is this country when they go down. Because that's the T's and the I's people have crossed of their own. And they serving mammon. You see? Because they can't see themselves doing righteous with what Yah has given them. Because they think that what Yah has allowed them to have was for them and theirs. Yah is going to show you in the days to come what's what. Because the whole country's got to go down. And everybody that's like unto the country is going down with him. And that's why he said, come out of her. He know who he's talking about. He ain't talking about you. He ain't talking about you. People run around here thinking he's talking about them and they don't even have the Holy Spirit. They think he's talking about them and they don't have no light. They still walking in darkness with their hardened heart and their greedy heart. Thinking Yah is speaking to them. That's how that's a real sad sight, y'all. It really is. Because I've been on here about 7 years now. And I can discern it. I can see it. The hearts of people. Thinking that they just is cunning. I call it cunning. And every time I think about this day that we're in, I can really actually tell you all, I'm telling y'all something now, understand why it's the worstest that ever been on the face of the earth. When you can get to that level where you can actually see it, what are you doing? You're telling the Most High, I see what you allowed me to see. I salute what you allowed me to know. See, people who don't see it and don't get it, they still in trying to fix it the way they want to fix it and make it the way they want to make it look and feel in them because they still battling that flesh. But when you're willing to see it and say, even if I have to go down with the ship, I'm with you, Father. I agree. I see what you're saying. I'm not, my mission is not to stand here, tell y'all a lie so y'all can live a lie. Use a liar. I'm not going to stand on this devil platform and make the creator the lie so you can live your lie on this earth. Use a liar. I'm not going to feed you what you want me to feed you to make you feel good after you get off this platform. And in the process of it, I didn't give what Yah has given unto me. Use a liar. That's not what I'm here for. Why is it I should stop the mission he called me for to make your mission fulfill on this earthly work, on this earthly land? You're already matching this Babylon. So what do you want me to match with you? You're matching Babylon. So what you want me to match with? My Father that ain't of Babylon, but he's going to destroy Babylon. And if you on here and your actions is matching Babylon and you done built your tower right here with Babylon, this is where your tower is going to fall. And you too. So when I even think about the small remnant, guess what? Let me tell y'all this. When I think of the small remnant, I don't even include myself. I don't even include myself because I ain't about the small remnant going to Mount Zion. All I know is I'm about being about the one that called me down here, as long as I can return back up there. Hello. That's the way I talk. That's the way I walk. That's the way I think. That's the way I function. If I'm not chosen to go to Babylon and I'm not living to go, so what? It's about fulfilling what he called you down here to do. And whatever he calls you down here to do, everybody's supposed to hate you. Everybody's supposed to dislike you. Everybody's supposed to run from what you say, call you the liar, put you in the black box, and won't support you. Those are the liars. Those are the ones that's the terror they've been growing in the midst of the wheat. Now, okay, I got you, Father. The terror in the wheat. Why did the example pour out to us in the parable of the terror and the wheat? Because the Father wants this sister to know, if you are my wheat, know that it's going to be so much terror trying to grow among you. I try to teach that to y'all the 7 years I've been on here. You can look at me all cockeyed if you want to. I know who you are. And if the parable's trying to tell you something, what could it possibly be telling you? That everything that's growing around you and listening to you week after week, month after month, year after year, just because they there don't mean they weak, Deborah, baby. I allow them to be around you. But don't mean that they my weed. The terror. What did the worker say? Overnight. Overnight. The terror will grow. You put wheat down there, Father. But the terror overnight grew around the wheat. You see how it detached itself? That's what I be talking about on this devil platform. And they think you don't know what's what. They would really make you the liar so they can live the lie that they've been living all their life. And they're going to die living the lie until they wake their eyes are open in glory. They're going to still be up in glory trying to tell the lie to the kingdom. Kingdom going to let them know everything was written, baby. I knew you before you even got down to the earth. What you coming up here with that trash for? So you see the role playing? The people, so many are role playing on the earth thinking they going somewhere. You ain't going nowhere. And I wouldn't dare stand here and give people what makes them feel so comfortable and so fitting in their little righteous little mindset. No, kick rocks. Kick them hard. You kick them hard enough, you'll win your feet, because that's what you need to do. Because that parable of the wheat and the tare, see, the wheat was already grown. I'm just taking you all the way there. The wheat was already grown in there. And the servant said when we woke up overnight, tare had grew in the wheat. What you want us? We can pluck it up? So no, leave it there. Let it grow on in. That same thing I say about this platform. Let it grow. Keep coming. Keep enjoying it. It don't mean nothing because you're growing in it. It don't mean nothing because you keep coming on here. Don't mean a rat's behind. Your actions speak louder than your words. Or you coming on here don't mean a darn thing. Because guess what he said? Let them go and grow together. What do that tell a sister like me? Let them go and keep coming. I'm going to do the separating. So what does that tell y'all? That tells you that even when Yeshua had Judas sitting next to him, the betrayer, he was there for a reason. And it was hell-bound reason. So the wheat it had grown with the tare. I mean, the tare has grown around the wheat. Don't mean the rat's behind because you're around the wheat. Yeah, I said let them go on. Be all around the wheat. Don't mean a darn thing. I know who you are. That's the same example I've been said over and over on this devil platform. Don't come on here year after year, month after month, week after week. And if not wanted in your spiritual heart, you find no need to support, kick rocks and go on somewhere and sit down. I don't need you. And you don't need me. We are two different entities going two different directions. You either the wheat or you either the tare. Believe me, he already separated it. So what I'm talking about is totally 100 spiritual legit. And you can't buckle. You can't buck up on it. And when I said support, when I go back to the kingdom and start to think about the way Yeshua was saying this, and I'm like saying, well, Yeshua, you shouldn't even been telling these people this, because today, these people ain't hearing this. He's sitting here letting you know. I separate two in their direction. One going to the lake of hell, Deborah, those the goats. One going to the eternal heaven, to the kingdom, which was created for them. So he's got the sheep on this end, on the right, and the goats on this end. Guess how he measured both of them? Again, I've preached this so many times. He measured both of them based on where you gave. Give and gave. Not, that's what he did. Mostly on give. The one on the right, he said, when did we give this? When did we give our time? When did we give you a visit? When did we give you a drink of water? When did we do these things? And then the goats said the same thing. When did we not give you a drink? When did we not take you in? When did we not visit you? When did we not? All of it was what you gave to the least of them. And who is the least of them? They are the righteous seed of the Most High Yah. And if you're not able to really dissect that and get it, it's because your spirit is directed as the tare. That's why. And what that tare does is it has envy, it has pride, it has ego, it's self-centered, and on the top of it is greed. Because it thinks that what it has is greater than what it's hearing. You see? What I have is greater than what I'm hearing. And they are right, because you ain't hearing nothing. You're hearing in your flesh, but you ain't hearing in the spirit. Because the food of the spirit changed the heart of a man. You see, the light of the spirit come to turn you away from darkness, thinking, feeling, pride, boasting, greed, self-centered, me, mine, mine, mine. All of those type of people, read Revelation 18 and 19. And you'll see yourself right there in Revelation 18 and 19. You can actually see yourself in Revelation 18 and 19. Because it's the same thing he's telling the people in Revelation that he coming to destroy them. It's the same thing he said to them, that I'm coming to destroy you. And he say, they'll read their study guide, but you see, they don't even believe nothing they reading. So you think they believe what you said? No, they don't believe what you said, because they don't believe what I said. Don't all that make sense? You want to say make it make sense? That makes sense. So I, Sister Deborah, appreciate each and every last one of you tuning in. And I will say that I will be back. And you all have I went 2 hours and 16 minutes. You all have a beautiful evening, night. Yeah. So shalom and shalom.